You have been waiting for a moment to change your life. But the truth is that moment will never come until you create it. The world will not pause to give you a chance, and life will not knock politely on your door with an opportunity. Nobody is coming to rescue you. Nobody is going to give you the roadmap to success with a guarantee of safety. You must be willing to rise from where you are, face your doubts, and focus on yourself until the person you become is unstoppable. This book is not about waiting. It is about moving. It is about learning to be relentless, patient, disciplined, and fearless, because those who win in life are not the ones who hoped. They are the ones who acted with obsession and clarity. The reason you picked up this book is not a coincidence. Deep down, you are tired of playing small. You are tired of seeing others get what they want while you stay in the same place. You are tired of feeling like life is slipping through your fingers. And you know that if you don't make a change, another year will pass and nothing will be different. I am here to tell you the truth you might have been avoiding. Your life will only change when you decide to put yourself first, to focus on your own growth, and to dedicate yourself fully to becoming who you were meant to be. This is not selfish. This is survival. This is transformation. In a world full of distractions, the greatest challenge is to focus on you. Everywhere you look, someone is trying to steal your attention. Social media, entertainment, gossip, people who drain your energy, and even your own doubts. Success requires ruthless focus. You cannot become extraordinary while giving your time and energy to everything and everyone except your own goals. Focusing on you means saying no to distractions. It means working in silence when everyone else is talking. It means building your life while others waste theirs. It means waking up with a purpose, committing to discipline, and refusing to quit no matter how lonely the journey feels. Because the truth is, the road to winning is often lonely. Most people will never understand your vision. They will not see your potential. They might even criticize you, laugh at you, or call you obsessed. Let them. While they sleep, you will work. While they waste time, you will grow. While they complain, you will execute. And eventually, the results will speak for you louder than words ever could. This book is a journey through the mindset, habits, and actions you need to master to transform your life. It is not about quick hacks or shortcuts, because there are none. Winning in life is a slow, patient process that demands consistent effort. But if you can focus, if you can stay committed to yourself, you will rise above the noise. You will become the person people look at and wonder how you did it. And the answer will always be the same: you focused on you until you won. I want you to imagine your life a year from now. What if everything changed? What if the goals you have been dreaming about became reality? What if your body was stronger, your mind sharper, your bank account healthier, and your heart more at peace? That life is not as far as you think. It is not reserved for someone else. It belongs to the person who is willing to claim it. That person can be you, if you are willing to stop wasting your energy on excuses and start investing it in yourself. I am not here to tell you it will be easy. It will be hard. There will be days when you question everything, when progress feels invisible, and when you want to quit. But if you hold the line, if you push through the storms, if you keep your eyes locked on your own growth, you will break through. This book is divided into 10 chapters, each designed to move you from awareness to action. We will dive deep into the principles of self-mastery, discipline, and relentless focus. I will challenge you to face the parts of yourself you have been avoiding. I will push you to let go of the habits and people holding you back. I will show you how to harness the power of consistency, how to endure the pain of growth, and how to create a life so solid that nothing can shake it. By the time you finish this book, you will no longer be waiting for a chance to win. You will already be living as a winner in progress. Everything in life comes down to choices. Every day you are either building your future or destroying it with your actions. If you want to win, your choices must align with your goals. That is why the first rule of success is focus. Focus on you, on your goals, on your vision, on your growth. Forget what others are doing. Stop comparing yourself. Stop letting other people's opinions decide how far you go. The world will try to pull you in 100 directions, but you must resist. The moment you give your attention to things that don't serve you, you lose power. The moment you let other people's expectations control your life, you lose freedom. And the moment you stop believing in yourself, you lose everything. That is why this book exists, to remind you to take your power back. There will be people who do not understand this path. They will tell you to relax, to settle, to stop working so hard. They will tell you it is selfish to focus on yourself. But understand this, you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot change the world, help your family, or live your dreams if you are weak, distracted, and unfulfilled. Your first responsibility is to yourself. When you win, everyone around you benefits. When you lose, everyone around you suffers. Focus on you until you win, and then you will be able to lift others higher than ever before. If you are ready to take control of your life, this is your moment. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. Every page of this book is a step toward the person you are meant to become. Do not skim these words. Live them. Apply them. Let them transform the way you think, work, and move through the world. By the end of this journey, I promise you will no longer recognize the person you used to be. And when you finally reach the life you have been chasing, you will know exactly how you got there. You focused on you until you won. You wake up every morning with two choices: continue living the same life you've been living, or take control and start shaping the life you dream of. Most people choose the first option, not because they want to stay the same, but because change feels uncomfortable. Comfort is the enemy of progress. If you want to win, you must step into discomfort and embrace it as your new normal. The world is full of people waiting for someone to hand them an opportunity, waiting for luck, waiting for the perfect time. But the perfect time does not exist. The only perfect time is now. Every moment you spend waiting is a moment lost forever. To change your life, you must begin by focusing entirely on yourself, shutting out the noise, and committing to a journey of relentless self-improvement. Focusing on yourself does not mean ignoring the world. It means refusing to let the world distract you from your purpose. It means saying no to the invitations that do not serve you, avoiding the conversations that drain your energy, and walking away from the people who keep you small. This is not about arrogance. It is about survival. If you want to win in life, you must protect your mind, your time, and your energy as if they were gold. Because they are. Your mind is your greatest asset, and it can either build you a life of greatness or trap you in a cycle of mediocrity. Every time you scroll endlessly on your phone, gossip about people, or complain about your circumstances, you are robbing yourself of power. But when you turn inward, when you focus on learning, growing, and taking action, you take that power back. The truth is, the world will not reward your potential. It only rewards results. You can dream all day, visualize your goals, and hope for success, but none of it will matter unless you act. Focusing on yourself is not passive. It is a daily grind of decisions and actions that compound over time. It is waking up early when you want to sleep in. It is working on your skills when no one is watching. It is turning down instant gratification for long-term success. At first, it will feel lonely. You will question yourself. You will wonder if it is worth it. But the day will come when the results begin to show, and the same people who doubted you will ask how you did it, and you will know the answer. You focused on you until you won. If you truly want to change, you must be willing to break free from the version of yourself that has been holding you back. That version of you loves comfort, makes excuses, and avoids hard truths. That version of you listens to fear more than faith. That version of you keeps repeating the same habits and expecting different results. You must kill that version of yourself. Transformation requires sacrifice. You cannot carry your old self into your new life. You must let go of who you were to become who you are meant to be. That means letting go of excuses, letting go of blame, and letting go of the people who refuse to grow with you. This part will hurt. Change always does. But on the other side of that pain is freedom, the freedom to finally live life on your terms. Every winner you admire was once in a place of uncertainty and doubt. They were not born confident. They were not handed success. They earned it by making a decision to focus on themselves and block out the noise. They woke up early, stayed up late, studied, practiced, and refused to quit. They endured rejection, failure, and criticism, but they kept going. The difference between winners and everyone else is not talent. It is focus. It is the ability to stay locked in on a vision when the world is trying to distract you. You have that ability too, but only if you decide to use it. Stop wasting time looking at what everyone else is doing. Stop comparing your journey to theirs. You are not behind, and you are not late. Your timing is perfect as long as you start now. Focusing on yourself will test your patience. Progress is slow. You will not see results overnight, and that is why so many people quit. They plant the seed, but never water it long enough to see it grow. You must become obsessed with the process, not the results. Show up every day for yourself, even when it feels like nothing is happening. The results will come, but only if you keep showing up. This is where discipline comes in. Motivation is temporary, but discipline is permanent. You will not always feel like doing the work, but the work must be done anyway. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be, and every act of discipline is a vote for the person you are becoming. There will be days when the journey feels heavy, days when the world seems against you, days when your own mind whispers that you should quit. On those days, remember why you started. Remember the pain of staying the same. Remember that you are not doing this for approval or applause. You are doing this to become the person you are meant to be. There is nothing more powerful than a human being who refuses to give up on themselves. That is who you must become. Unstoppable, relentless, unshuckable. When you focus on yourself long enough, something incredible happens. The world begins to change around you. Opportunities appear. People respect you differently. Life rewards you for your discipline. But it all starts with the decision to look in the mirror and take full responsibility for your life. No excuses, no blame, no waiting. Just focus. Every day, every hour, every choice is a chance to move closer to your dream. And if you keep going, if you keep your eyes locked on your vision, one day you will wake up and realize that the life you once dreamed of is now the life you are living. And in that moment, you will know the truth. Everything changed because you focused on you until you won. The journey to success begins in the mind long before it shows in your life. Most people are trapped not by their circumstances, but by their thoughts. They tell themselves they are not ready, not capable, not worthy. They convince themselves that opportunities belong to other people. They see the mountain ahead and give up before they even take the first step. But the truth is, the mind will believe whatever you feed it. If you feed it fear, it will grow fear. If you feed it doubt, it will grow doubt. But if you feed it focus, determination, and belief, it will grow strength, courage, and results. Your first responsibility on this path is to control the story you are telling yourself. Because the moment you start thinking like a winner, your actions will follow. Focusing on yourself is about more than working hard. It is about mastering your inner world so the outer world cannot shake you. Life will test you. It will throw challenges in your path, and if your mind is weak, you will break. But if your mind is strong, no obstacle can stop you. Strength is built in silence, in the moments when no one is watching. in the moments you feel like quitting but push anyway. Every time you do the work despite the resistance, you are building a foundation that cannot be shaken. Success is never about one big moment. It is the accumulation of small victories, small wins, small acts of discipline stacked on top of each other until they create a life you are proud of. The problem is that most people are too busy watching others to focus on themselves. They spend their energy scrolling, comparing, and complaining. They wonder why life is unfair, why success is distant, why happiness seems unreachable. They fail to realize that every minute they spend looking at someone else's life is a minute stolen from building their own. Focusing on yourself means turning your back on the noise and turning inward to do the work that matters. It means asking yourself hard questions. Who do I want to become? What am I willing to sacrifice? What habits are destroying my progress? What fears am I allowing to control me? If you answer honestly, you will see the gap between where you are and where you want to be. That gap can only be closed with focus and action. Discipline is the lifeline of this journey. Motivation will get you started, but discipline will keep you moving when motivation fades. There will be days you don't feel like showing up, days you don't feel like working out, studying, practicing, or chasing your dream. But discipline doesn't care about feelings. It only cares about results. If you want to win, you must learn to act regardless of how you feel. The truth is, feelings are temporary, but your future is permanent. When you let your emotions control you, you hand them the keys to your life. But when you let discipline lead, your emotions will eventually fall in line. The satisfaction of progress always outshines the comfort of laziness. Another truth you must accept is that this journey is not for everyone. The road to winning is narrow and lonely. Not everyone in your life will understand why you are changing, why you are saying no to distractions, why you are isolating yourself to focus. Some people will criticize you. Some will try to pull you back to your old ways. Others will leave because your growth makes them uncomfortable. Let them go. You cannot carry dead weight into your future. You cannot dim your light to make others comfortable. This path is for you, and if people are meant to be in your life, they will support your growth or grow alongside you. If they cannot do either, you must walk alone until you find the right circle. Every day is a test of focus. The world is designed to distract you, to keep you entertained, to keep you busy without moving forward. You must be smarter than that. Guard your time like your life depends on it, because it does. Your future depends on the decisions you make with your time today. Will you waste it or invest it? Will you watch someone else live their dreams, or will you build your own? Focus requires sacrifice. It means trading comfort for growth. It means working while others are relaxing. It means delaying gratification today so you can live freely tomorrow. It is not easy, but it is worth it. Every sacrifice will pay off if you stay consistent. The most powerful thing you can do for yourself is to take full responsibility for your life. Stop waiting for someone to save you. Stop blaming your parents, your past, the economy, or your circumstances. None of that will change until you do. The moment you take ownership is the moment you regain your power. Everything in your life is a reflection of the choices you've made. That is not an insult. It is an invitation. If your choices created your current life, new choices can create a better one. Decide today that you will no longer be a passenger in your own life. Take the wheel. Drive with intention. Focus on your lane and keep moving forward. Eventually, your focus will turn into momentum. The habits that felt heavy will become natural. The work that felt exhausting will become energizing. The vision that felt far away will start to feel inevitable. This is the magic of consistency. Life begins to bend in your favor when you show up for yourself every day without excuse. People will notice. Opportunities will come. Doors will open. But none of that can happen if you quit too soon. Patience is your ally. Do not expect instant rewards. The universe pays those who stay the course. One day, you will look back at the version of yourself who started this journey and feel unrecognizable. You will see the strength, the discipline, the focus you built brick by brick, and you will realize it was all worth it. Winning is not just about reaching a goal. It is about becoming the kind of person who refuses to give up on themselves. And that is what you are doing now. Every day you choose to focus on you, you are declaring to the world that you are unstoppable, that you will not be denied, that you are willing to work for the life you deserve. Keep going, keep focusing, keep building, because the moment you refuse to quit, your victory becomes inevitable. The moment you decide to focus on yourself, life will start testing your commitment. The distractions will become louder, the temptations stronger, and the doubts in your mind will try to drag you back to comfort. It is as if the world senses your desire to rise and throws everything at you to see if you are serious. Most people fail at this point because they expect the path to be easy. They think that the decision to change is enough, but the truth is that the decision is only the beginning. The real battle is in your daily actions, the moments when no one is watching, when you are alone with your thoughts and choices. This is where you either prove to yourself that you are serious or show that you were only talking. When you focus on yourself, the first transformation happens internally. You start paying attention to the way you think, the way you speak to yourself, the energy you give to certain people and habits. You begin to notice how much time you've wasted on things that do not serve you. You see how often fear has stopped you, how often comfort has seduced you into staying the same. Awareness is painful, but it is also powerful. You cannot fix what you refuse to face. If you are brave enough to look at yourself honestly, you will discover the gaps you need to close to reach your potential. And that realization can change everything, because self-awareness is the beginning of self-mastery. The biggest challenge in this journey is staying consistent when life does not reward you immediately. In the early days, there will be no applause, no recognition, and no clear evidence that your effort is paying off. You will wake up early, work hard, sacrifice comfort, and still feel like nothing is changing. This is where most people quit, but the ones who win understand that progress is invisible before it becomes undeniable. Every action you take, every day you remain disciplined, is planting seeds that will grow into results. You cannot see the roots forming underground, but they are there. Your future is growing in silence. And if you quit too soon, you will never see the harvest. Focusing on yourself also means learning to protect your energy. There are people, environments, and habits designed to drain your focus. You already know who and what they are. Some people are constantly negative, always complaining, always doubting your vision. Others are distractions disguised as entertainment, hours spent scrolling, watching, or gossiping that bring nothing to your life. If you are serious about winning, you must learn to say no. No to the conversations that steal your peace. No to the activities that keep you stagnant. No to the old version of yourself that is comfortable being average. Every no to distraction is a yes to your growth. Another truth you must embrace is that solitude is a superpower. Many people fear being alone because they are uncomfortable with themselves. But if you want to reach the next level of your life, you need seasons of isolation. You need time away from the noise to think, to plan, to work, and to heal. Solitude is where clarity is born. When you are alone, there is no one to impress, no one to compare yourself to, no one to distract you from your purpose. You can hear your own thoughts. You can listen to your instincts. You can finally see the path clearly. Do not fear this solitude. Embrace it. The world will try to pull you out of it, because most people are addicted to distraction. But you are not most people. You are building something greater. Sacrifice will be your constant companion on this journey. You cannot become who you are meant to be while holding on to everything you are used to. That might mean giving up late nights for early mornings, giving up comfort food for a disciplined diet, giving up gossip for learning, giving up weekends for work. People will not understand, and they might even mock you. They will call you obsessed. Let them talk. They do not see the vision you see. They do not understand the life you are building. And one day, when your results speak for themselves, their opinions will be irrelevant. Every day, remind yourself of why you started. Pain will come, temptation will come, doubt will come. But your why must be stronger than all of it. Do not let temporary emotions destroy your permanent goals. When you feel tired, work a little more. When you feel discouraged, remember the life you are fighting for. When you feel like quitting, picture the version of yourself who refused to settle. That person is waiting for you at the finish line. Meet them. Become them. The beauty of this journey is that as you focus on yourself, you begin to unlock a power you didn't know you had. Your confidence grows because you are keeping the promises you make to yourself. Your self-respect increases because you are no longer tolerating the things that once held you back. And your vision becomes clearer because you are moving with intention instead of drifting through life. This is how winners are built. Slowly, silently, consistently. One day, everything will shift. The discipline that once felt like punishment will feel like freedom. The sacrifices that once felt heavy will feel like blessings. The focus that once felt lonely will feel like power. And when the results begin to show, when your body, your mind, your work, and your life start reflecting the effort you've invested, you will feel unstoppable. That is the reward for not giving up on yourself. That is the reward for focusing on you until you win. The moment you start seeing small progress, a new challenge will appear. Success in its early stages is fragile. The first signs of change in your life will tempt you to relax, to slow down, to believe that you've done enough. This is where many people fail. They confuse progress with victory. They start strong, build some momentum, and then take their foot off the gas. But winning in life does not reward those who start fast and quit early. It rewards those who refuse to stop. Those who double down when others slow down, those who keep moving forward long after the excitement fades. To truly focus on yourself until you win, you must learn to sustain your fire long after the initial spark is gone. Discipline is the art of continuing when motivation has left. There will be days when your progress feels invisible, and there will be days when it feels like the world is against you. People will doubt you, criticize you, or simply ignore your efforts. In those moments, your mind will whisper excuses. It will say, "You've done enough today," or "You can start again tomorrow." But this journey does not reward those who give in to comfort. You must remind yourself that your future is built on what you do today, not what you plan to do tomorrow. Every single choice matters. Every skipped workout, every hour wasted, every excuse accepted is a step backward, and every small act of discipline, no matter how invisible, is a brick in the foundation of your victory. Focusing on yourself also requires a ruthless honesty about the habits that are holding you back. There are patterns in your life that you know are destroying your progress. Maybe it's procrastination, maybe it's unhealthy distractions, or maybe it's the people you keep around who pull you away from your goals. Whatever it is, you must confront it without excuses. You cannot build a new life while clinging to the habits of your old one. You cannot claim to want success while feeding the same routines that kept you average. Change will demand that you replace comfort with commitment. If that means waking up earlier, doing the hard work when no one is watching, or cutting off toxic influences, so be it. The price of winning is high, but the cost of staying the same is higher. Another truth you will discover on this path is that consistency is your greatest weapon. Most people underestimate what they can achieve in a year of focused effort because they are too busy looking for shortcuts. They want instant results, immediate validation, quick wins. And when they don't see them, they quit. But real transformation is built in silence through days, weeks, and months of relentless focus. Imagine where your life could be a year from now if you stopped quitting on yourself. Imagine the strength, skills, and success you could build if you simply refused to break the chain of consistency. That is how winners separate themselves from the crowd. They outlast everyone else. The world is full of people with dreams, but very few with discipline. Everyone wants to win, but not everyone is willing to sacrifice for it. Focusing on yourself means committing to the grind, even when it's boring, even when it's hard, even when no one is cheering you on. It means becoming the kind of person who can rely on themselves, who does not wait for permission, who does not need constant motivation to move forward. The life you want will require a version of you that can stay locked in when most people would give up. That version of you is built every single day you choose discipline over comfort. As you progress, the gap between you and your old life will widen. You will feel yourself outgrowing old habits, old environments, and even old relationships. This is natural. Growth creates distance from the things that once kept you small. Some people in your life will not understand why you've changed, why you no longer waste time, why you no longer entertain negativity or excuses. They will call you different, and they are right. You are different. You are no longer the person who settles for less. You are no longer the person who hides from your potential. And as hard as it may be to let go, you must protect the new version of yourself. Do not return to old places and old habits to comfort those who refuse to grow with you. Your future is too important to compromise. The more you focus on yourself, the more power you will feel over your life. You will start to see patterns you couldn't see before. You will notice opportunities that were invisible to the distracted version of you. You will begin to trust yourself because you are keeping your promises. And that self-trust is priceless. It is the foundation of unshakable confidence. Confidence does not come from luck or talent. It comes from doing the work every day, from knowing that no matter what happens, you can rely on yourself to keep moving forward. Winning will not happen by accident. It is a deliberate process of choosing yourself every single day. And the beautiful thing is, once you develop this level of focus and consistency, success becomes inevitable. Life has no choice but to reward the person who refuses to quit, the person who shows up no matter how they feel, the person who will not let distractions steal their future. That person is you, as long as you keep going. One day, the world will see what you see now. They will see the results, the transformation, the success that you built in silence. They will call you lucky or gifted, but you will know the truth. You earned it. You bled for it. You stayed focused on yourself until you won. And that is a victory no one can ever take away from you. Every great transformation requires a period of isolation. Not isolation in the sense of loneliness, but isolation in purpose. The world is full of noise, and if you try to rise while staying in the middle of every distraction, you will be pulled back down. There comes a point where you must step away, where you must create a space where your vision is louder than the voices around you. This is the season of your life where you are planting seeds, and planting requires quiet, focus, and care. Nobody applauds the farmer for working the soil, but without that hidden labor, the harvest will never come. You are that farmer now, and your life is the field. Focusing on yourself in this way will feel uncomfortable at first. People are used to your attention. They are used to your availability. When you start withdrawing to work on yourself, some will feel abandoned or confused. They will ask why you are not around as much, why you do not answer every message, why you seem distant. You must understand that this is part of the process. Growth requires separation. The old version of you is dying, And that version was built on habits of constant distraction and misplaced energy. If you are serious about winning, you must learn to be okay with disappointing others in order to stay loyal to yourself. Not everyone will understand your mission, and they are not supposed to. The danger of constant distraction is that it robs you of depth. Most people live on the surface, reacting to notifications, news, opinions, and problems that are not even theirs. They are pulled in 100 directions and wonder why they never get anywhere. You cannot build a strong, successful life from the surface. You need depth, deep work, deep focus, deep self-awareness. And that can only happen when you cut out the noise and allow yourself to focus completely. The moment you turn inward and begin investing all that scattered energy into yourself, life begins to change. Ideas come, clarity comes, momentum builds, the work compounds. That is the power of isolation. It gives your mind and soul room to expand. In this season, your habits are everything. What you do daily is shaping who you will become. There is no hiding from your habits. They will either betray you or build you. If you want to win, you must take complete control of your routines. Wake up with intention. Start the day with something that moves you forward, not something that numbs your mind. Feed your body and your brain the fuel they need to perform. Dedicate focused time every day to your goals, whether it is building your body, your business, your skills, or your finances. Protect that time like your future depends on it, because it does. You will never regret the hours spent investing in yourself, but you will always regret the time you wasted on things that did nothing for your growth. There will be times when this focused life feels heavy. You will see other people laughing, partying, living without discipline, and you will wonder if the sacrifice is worth it. But understand this: those who live for comfort today pay with regret tomorrow, and those who are willing to pay with effort today live with freedom tomorrow. Sacrifice is temporary, but the rewards are permanent. Every early morning, every lonely night, every hard choice is building a life that most people will never have. This is why you cannot compare your journey to anyone else's. They are not going where you are going. As you go deeper into focusing on yourself, something will shift inside you. The need for external validation will fade. The opinions of others will lose their grip on you. You will no longer crave applause, because your self-respect will become your reward. There is a powerful freedom in knowing that you are living for your own purpose, not to impress the world. That is when you become truly dangerous to mediocrity, because no one can manipulate or distract a person who is fully locked in on their mission. Along this path, you will face moments of doubt. Doubt is natural. It will whisper that your effort is pointless, that you are wasting your time, that nothing is changing. But doubt is a liar. Your job is to keep moving anyway. Doubt only wins when you stop. Every step you take while doubting yourself is proof of your strength. Confidence is not the absence of doubt. It is the decision to keep going despite it. The longer you persist, the quieter doubt becomes, and the louder your results speak. Your journey is not just about building success. It is about building yourself into someone unrecognizable to your old life. Someone who cannot be shaken by failure or distracted by noise. Someone who trusts their own ability to create the life they want. And the only way to become that person is to keep showing up for yourself. No matter how slow it feels. No matter how lonely it gets. No matter how heavy the work becomes. This is the price of freedom. This is the path to winning. One day when the harvest comes, it will be undeniable. The sacrifices you made in silence will turn into results the world can see. The habits you built will have reshaped your life. The focus you maintained will have opened doors you once thought were locked. And the best part is that you will know deep inside that it was you. You did this. You refused to quit. You refused to waste your life waiting for someone else to give you permission. You focused on you until you won, and that victory will belong to you forever. The deeper you go on this journey, the more you will realize that winning in life is not an event, it is a lifestyle. It is not one big decision that changes everything forever, but thousands of small, consistent decisions stacked on top of each other. People often look at those who are successful and think they must have had a lucky break or a secret advantage, but the truth is almost always simpler. They decided to keep showing up for themselves every single day, long after others quit. Focusing on yourself until you win is about becoming the kind of person who refuses to betray their own future. Even when no one is watching, life will keep testing you, and the tests are not always loud. They are subtle, quiet temptations to drift off course. It is the decision to scroll instead of study, to sleep instead of work, to settle instead of stretch. Every time you give in to those small temptations, you are teaching yourself that your future is negotiable. But every time you choose focus over comfort, you are building a version of yourself that cannot be stopped. This is why self-discipline is the highest form of self-love. It is the act of protecting your future self from your current impulses. The world is filled with people who talk about what they want, but rarely back it with action. They make plans, share dreams, get inspired for a moment, and then go right back to their old patterns. But you cannot be like that anymore. You must be the person who follows through, the person who does the work without needing an audience, the person who keeps moving when others are standing still. This level of focus will make you feel like an outsider at times, because most people are not willing to live this way. They are addicted to comfort and instant gratification, but comfort never built anything great. If you want a life that feels extraordinary, you must be willing to live in a way that most people will not understand. Along the way, you will discover the power of delayed gratification. Every time you choose effort over ease, every time you choose patience over instant rewards, you are teaching yourself to play the long game. The long game is where true winners live. It is the game of building foundations that last, of creating habits that pay you back for decades, of crafting a life that cannot be taken from you. People who play the short game are always chasing quick wins and temporary highs. They are always frustrated because life feels unstable. But you will not live like that, because you have chosen to focus on yourself until the results become permanent. Another truth you must accept is that success requires emotional control. The world will test your patience, and not every day will go as planned. There will be setbacks, disappointments, and moments of frustration. If you allow your emotions to control you, they will derail you every time something goes wrong. But if you master your emotions, nothing can stop you. Emotional discipline is not about suppressing feelings. It is about refusing to let temporary emotions dictate permanent decisions. Winners feel the frustration, the fear, and the doubt, but they keep moving anyway. You will also start to notice that as you focus more deeply on yourself, opportunities that once seemed distant will start to appear. This is not magic. It is the natural result of preparation meeting the right moment. The world rewards those who are ready, and readiness comes from consistent self-work. The problem is that most people never see these opportunities because they are too distracted or too unprepared to take advantage of them. By staying focused, by sharpening your skills, by strengthening your body and mind, you are positioning yourself to receive what others will miss. The door will open, and you will be ready to walk through it. There is a moment in every journey where the identity shift becomes permanent. You are no longer pretending to be disciplined. You are disciplined. You are no longer trying to change. You have changed. Your old habits start to feel foreign. Your old environments start to feel too small. Your old excuses no longer make sense to the person you are becoming. This is the point where focus turns into freedom, because you are no longer fighting with yourself. The battle between the old you and the new you is over, and the new you has won. This is the version of yourself that will carry you to victory. But do not mistake progress for completion. Winning is not a finish line. It is a commitment to keep building, keep learning, and keep growing. The moment you stop focusing on yourself, life will start to pull you backward. That is why you must keep the fire alive even after the results come. Success is a responsibility. It requires that you protect the life you built with the same intensity you used to create it. When you understand this, your focus becomes unshakable because you know that every day counts, even when it feels like you've already made it. The truth is that most people will never reach this stage because they give up too early. They stop at the first sign of discomfort, the first failure, or the first moment of doubt. But you are not like most people. You are committed to the long game. You are willing to endure the isolation, the sacrifices, and the hard work because you know what's waiting for you on the other side. And when you finally arrive at the life you've been building, you will feel a deep sense of pride, not just in what you achieved, but in who you became along the way. Every day that you stay focused on yourself, you are writing the story of your victory. You are proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. And when that moment comes, when the results are undeniable, when the world sees what you built, you will not need to explain or defend yourself. You will simply smile because you will know the truth. You focused on you until you won, and nothing can take that away from you. There comes a point in your journey when the outside world begins to notice the changes you have been making in silence. People start to ask questions. They see the difference in the way you move, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself. Some will be inspired, others will be confused, and a few may even feel threatened. This is because your growth is a mirror. It reflects to others what they are not doing for themselves, and not everyone can handle that reflection. But this is where you must remain steady, because the approval of others is not your goal. The life you are building is for you, and the only validation you need is the proof that comes from your results. The higher you rise, the lonelier the path can feel. Many people imagine that success brings instant joy and endless celebration, but the truth is that it first brings responsibility. When you focus on yourself long enough to start winning, the stakes get higher. You realize that maintaining success requires just as much focus as building it. Complacency is the enemy that lurks in the shadows of progress. The moment you relax, the moment you allow your old habits to creep back in, you risk losing what you've worked so hard to gain. That is why your journey must be fueled not by bursts of excitement, but by steady discipline. A disciplined life is a free life, because no matter how much you achieve, you know you have the strength to protect it. Along the way, you will face new challenges disguised as opportunities. Success will attract attention, and attention will bring options. Options that can either help you rise further or pull you off course. This is where clarity matters. If you know who you are and what you are working toward, you will not be swayed by distractions dressed as opportunities. But if your focus wavers, you can easily slip into comfort and lose the momentum you've fought to build. The key is to constantly check in with yourself. Ask yourself if the things you are saying yes to align with the future you are building. If they don't, you must have the courage to walk away. Protecting your focus will always require courage, because saying no to the world often feels uncomfortable. But every no to distraction is a yes to your destiny. Focusing on yourself is not selfish, it is necessary. You cannot pour into others from an empty cup. You cannot create, inspire, or lead if you are constantly drained and distracted. The work you are doing now is about becoming the strongest version of yourself so that you can eventually show up for the world in a powerful way. But you must earn that strength first. Too many people try to save others while they are still drowning themselves. Your first responsibility is to rise, to stabilize, to secure your foundation. Then, from that place of strength, you can lift others. Until then, your focus must remain on your own growth. As you continue to evolve, you will notice that your environment matters more than ever. The spaces you occupy, the people you interact with, and the energy you allow around you all have the power to either accelerate or sabotage your progress. You cannot focus on yourself if you are constantly surrounded by chaos. That is why part of your journey may involve changing your environment completely. Maybe it means cleaning your physical space to clear your mental space. Maybe it means leaving environments that keep you small or trapped in old habits. Maybe it means seeking out spaces where growth is the standard, not the exception. Whatever it takes, do it. Your environment is either your ally or your enemy, and your future depends on choosing wisely. By this stage, you have learned that the journey is not linear. There are seasons of rapid growth and seasons of quiet struggle. There are days when everything feels like it is falling into place and days when it feels like nothing is working. But the truth is that every single day is part of the process. Even the hard days are building you. Even the slow days are teaching you patience. Every step, whether forward or sideways, is shaping the person you are meant to become. This understanding will free you from the frustration that destroys so many dreams. Progress is not always visible, but it is always happening if you refuse to quit. The mental shift that happens here is profound. You stop thinking like a victim and start thinking like a creator. You stop waiting for life to happen to you and start taking control of your life. You stop being reactive and start being proactive. This is the moment where true power enters your life, because you realize that everything you desire is within your control if you are willing to pay the price. And the price is always the same: focus, discipline, and consistency. The beauty of this journey is that it compounds. The focus you show today creates opportunities tomorrow. The discipline you practice now builds freedom later. The sacrifices you make in silence echo as victories in the future. One day, everything you dreamed of will feel inevitable, because you will have become the person capable of holding it. That is the secret of winning. You do not just get the life you want, you become the kind of person who can keep it. When that day comes, when your results speak louder than your words, you will understand why you had to endure the lonely nights, the hard choices, and the endless days of discipline. It was all preparing you to live a life of your own design. You will look in the mirror and see someone unshakable, someone unstoppable, someone who refused to quit. And in that reflection, you will find the ultimate reward: self-respect. Because nothing feels better than knowing you kept your promise to yourself. You focused on you until you won, and now you are living proof that it was worth it. At this stage of your journey, something powerful begins to happen. Your life starts to reflect the inner work you've been doing. The habits you've built, the discipline you've maintained, and the focus you've protected begin to show in visible results. Maybe it's in your health, your career, your finances, your relationships, or simply the way you carry yourself with unshakable confidence. The world notices the external transformation, but what truly matters is the internal one. You know the battles you fought in silence, the days you wanted to quit but didn't, the nights you felt alone but kept going. That invisible struggle is the foundation of everything you see now. And as the rewards begin to show, you face a new challenge: the temptation to slow down. When life starts to reward your efforts, comfort creeps back in disguised as success. It whispers that you've done enough, that you can relax now, that you no longer need to work as hard. This is the trap that stops so many from reaching their full potential. They mistake early progress for victory and abandon the very focus that got them there. But real winners understand that the journey never ends. Success is not a destination, it is a responsibility. You must protect it with the same intensity you used to earn it. If you want to keep winning, your mindset must remain that of a student, a worker, a builder. Gratitude for progress is essential, but complacency is deadly. Focusing on yourself at this stage means raising your standards even higher. The habits that once felt like a challenge now become your baseline, and you must continue to evolve beyond them. Growth is infinite. There is always another level of strength, discipline, and mastery to reach. The moment you start thinking you've arrived is the moment you begin to fall backward. The key is to stay hungry, to keep chasing the best version of yourself, to never let the fire inside you go out. This does not mean you cannot enjoy the rewards of your work. It means you enjoy them responsibly, without letting them weaken the foundation you've built. Another challenge you will face now is the weight of new responsibilities. As your life improves, people will look to you for guidance, help, or leadership. Your success becomes a light that attracts attention. Some of that attention will be genuine, and some will be opportunistic. People will want your time, your energy, your knowledge, and even your resources. This is where boundaries become more important than ever. Protecting your focus does not mean rejecting everyone, but it does mean knowing where your priorities are. You cannot pour endlessly into others if it comes at the cost of your own growth and peace. Remember, the reason you are in a position to help others now is because you focused on yourself first. That must never change. As the rewards of your focus accumulate, your environment will change as well. You will meet new people, enter new spaces, and gain access to opportunities that once felt out of reach. But with this new level comes a new layer of tests. Not everyone you meet will have your best interests at heart. Some will want to benefit from your growth without contributing to it. Others may try to pull you into distractions that could derail your progress. This is why self-awareness and discipline remain your armor. You must be able to see through temptation and recognize what aligns with your vision and what doesn't. Your future depends on your ability to say no even more than your ability to say yes. The further you climb, the more important it is to stay grounded. Remember the person you were when you started this journey. The one who had no results, but a burning desire to change. That version of you is the reason you are here now. Never lose that hunger, that humility, that relentless focus. The world might applaud you now, but the applause is temporary. What matters is that you continue to respect yourself, to honor your own standards, and to live in alignment with the person you promised yourself you would become. If you ever feel yourself drifting, return to the basics: discipline, focus, and self-mastery. Those fundamentals never fail. By this stage, you will notice that your relationship with pain and struggle has completely changed. What once felt unbearable now feels like fuel. You understand that discomfort is the price of growth, and that every challenge is an opportunity to sharpen your strength. This is the mindset that separates those who maintain success from those who lose it. When you embrace discomfort instead of running from it, life can no longer control you. You become unshakable because you know you can handle whatever comes your way. That is the true reward of this journey. Not just the results you see, but the person you've become in the process. And yet, even with all this progress, you must remind yourself that the journey is still about consistency. There is no finish line to self-mastery. As long as you are alive, you are a work in progress. Every day is a chance to sharpen your focus, to protect your peace, to elevate your habits, and to move closer to the highest version of yourself. If you keep that mindset, there will be no limit to how far you can go. One day, you will reflect on this chapter of your life and feel profound gratitude, not just for the victories, but for the struggle, the sacrifice, and the isolation. Because those were the moments that shaped you. Those were the moments that forged your strength. Those were the moments where you proved to yourself that you were willing to do whatever it took. And when you see the life you have built, when you feel the unshakable confidence of someone who never gave up, you will know it was worth it. You will know that focusing on yourself until you won was the greatest gift you could have ever given yourself. There comes a point in your journey where the transformation is undeniable. The person you once were feels like a distant memory, and the life you used to tolerate no longer fits who you have become. You have built strength where there was once weakness, discipline where there was once procrastination, and confidence where there was once doubt. But with this new level of growth comes a new understanding. Winning is not about one victory, it is about maintaining the mindset and habits that brought you here. True success is not a moment. It is a lifestyle that requires constant attention. At this stage, life will test you in new ways. The tests are no longer just about resisting distractions or surviving discomfort. They are about your ability to maintain your focus in the face of abundance. When you start to win, new doors open. Opportunities will appear faster than ever before. People will admire your progress, invite you to things, and offer you more than you imagined when you first started. This might feel like a reward, but it is also a trap, because the same focus and discipline that built your success can be lost if you allow comfort and opportunity to dilute your commitment. The higher you rise, the more dangerous comfort becomes. Focusing on yourself now means staying sharp, staying aware, and staying committed to your vision, even when things seem to be going well. Most people believe failure is what destroys dreams, but success can be just as dangerous if it leads to complacency. You must remember why you started, why you sacrificed, why you worked in silence when no one was watching. That hunger, that fire, that relentless drive cannot fade simply because life looks better now. You cannot allow your present success to blind you to the future you are still building. Winning is not about reaching one peak, it is about continuing to climb new ones. The further you go, the more you will understand that protecting your mind is the foundation of everything. Your thoughts create your reality, and even at the highest levels of achievement, negative thoughts can creep in. Doubt can return. Fear can whisper in your ear that maybe you can't maintain what you've built. This is why mental discipline is just as important as physical and emotional discipline. You must continue to feed your mind with belief, positivity, and strength. You must be your own source of motivation, because external validation will never be enough to sustain you. External praise fades, but self-respect lasts forever. One of the greatest lessons at this level is the importance of intention. Every action, every decision, every investment of time and energy must serve your higher purpose. When life expands and new opportunities appear, it is easy to get caught up in activity that looks productive, but does not truly move you forward. This is why you must constantly ask yourself, does this align with my vision? Does this decision honor the person I am becoming? If the answer is no, you must have the courage to walk away, even if it seems tempting in the moment. Your focus is your superpower, and losing it is the fastest way to lose the momentum you've built. As you grow, you will also find that not everyone will celebrate your success. Some people will support you, but others will envy or resent you. Some will try to pull you back to your old habits, intentionally or unintentionally, because your growth makes them uncomfortable. This is not your problem to solve. Your responsibility is to continue moving forward, to surround yourself with people who respect your vision, and to create distance from those who do not. Protecting your energy is part of protecting your success. At this point in your journey, reflection becomes a powerful tool. Take the time to look back at how far you've come. Remember the version of yourself who started with nothing but a decision to change. Remember the nights you wanted to quit, the sacrifices you made, the doubts you overcame. That reflection will fuel your gratitude, and gratitude will fuel your persistence. Gratitude does not mean you settle. It means you appreciate the journey while continuing to move forward. A grateful heart stays strong because it remembers the struggle, and it never takes the rewards for granted. The truth is that the journey never really ends. There is always another level to reach, another skill to master, another way to grow. But the difference now is that you are no longer chasing success from a place of desperation or insecurity. You are building it from a place of strength and confidence. You have proven to yourself that you can do hard things, that you can stay focused, that you can win even when the odds are against you. That knowledge is the most valuable reward of all, because it gives you unshakable belief in your ability to handle whatever comes next. This chapter of your life is about mastery. It is about turning the habits and disciplines that once required effort into a natural part of who you are. It is about moving from fighting for your future to simply living as the person you were always meant to be. And when you live this way, success is no longer something you chase. It becomes something you attract. You are in alignment with your purpose, and the world responds to that alignment. One day, you will look around and realize that the life you are living is the one you once dreamed about. You will see the rewards of every sacrifice, every focused day, every disciplined choice. And in that moment, you will understand the power of persistence. You will understand why you had to focus on yourself, why you had to block out the noise, why you had to keep going when no one believed in you. You will stand in the life you built and know, without question, that it was worth every step, because you didn't just chase success. You became the person who could create it, keep it, and live it fully. There will come a day when you finally realize that everything you have been working for, everything you have been sacrificing for, everything you have been building in silence has led to this moment. The life you once imagined, the strength you once dreamed of, and the freedom you once thought was impossible will now be your reality. But in that moment of arrival, you will also understand a deeper truth. Winning is not a single moment, it is a way of life. You did not get here by chance. You got here because you made a decision to focus on yourself, and you refused to break that promise. This final stage of your journey is not about slowing down or celebrating endlessly. It is about living as the person you have become, fully and unapologetically. It is about carrying the same focus, discipline, and determination that brought you here into every area of your life. You are not the same person who started. The old version of you, the one who hesitated, procrastinated, and doubted, is gone. In their place stands someone unshakable, someone who knows their worth, someone who will never again settle for less than they deserve. That transformation is the true reward, because once you become this person, nothing and no one can take it away from you. The world will look at your life and see the results: success, health, confidence, freedom, but you will always know the invisible story behind it. You will remember the late nights, the early mornings, the silent battles, and the moments when you wanted to give up but didn't. You will remember that your journey was not a straight path, but a series of choices that you made over and over again to honor yourself and your future. That memory will keep you grounded because it reminds you that you built all of this brick by brick, day by day, in the face of every doubt and distraction. Now, the challenge is to maintain and expand what you have created. Many people reach a level of success and then lose it because they stop doing the things that got them there. They stop growing, stop learning, stop evolving. But you are different. You understand that life will always reward the person who keeps moving forward, who keeps sharpening their skills, who keeps protecting their focus. You have learned that self-mastery is a lifelong commitment, not a temporary phase. The habits you built are not just tools, they are your identity now. With this understanding comes freedom. You are no longer controlled by fear, doubt, or the opinions of others. You have built a life based on your terms, and you have the confidence to know that no matter what challenges come, you will handle them. That is the ultimate win, not just having success, but becoming the kind of person who can keep it, protect it, and continue building on it. You have turned your focus into power, and that power will serve you for the rest of your life. This is also the stage where giving back becomes natural. You do not need to force it or seek recognition for it. Your journey becomes a source of inspiration for others simply by existing. People will look at your life and see what is possible. They will see that change is real, that discipline works, and that focus creates freedom. Some will come to you for guidance, and you will help them not because you need validation, but because you understand the power of lifting others once you have lifted yourself. But you will also know that you cannot save everyone. You can show the path, but they must walk it themselves, just as you did. In these moments of reflection, you will recognize the beauty of the process. It was never just about the end result. It was about who you became on the way. The struggles that once felt unbearable were shaping your strength. The sacrifices that once felt heavy were carving out your freedom. The focus that once felt isolating was building your future. And now, standing here with everything you have built, you will know that every step, every choice, every moment of discipline was worth it. But even now, with all the success and freedom you have created, you know the journey is not over. There will always be new levels to reach, new goals to pursue, and new ways to grow. And that is what makes life exciting. You are no longer running from your old life. You are running toward the endless potential of your new one. You understand now that the secret to winning is not a final destination, but an endless commitment to evolution. The same focus that brought you here will carry you to places you have not yet imagined. One day, when you look back on your life, you will feel a profound sense of pride, not just for what you achieved, but for the person you became. You will know that you lived fully, that you honored your potential, that you refused to let fear or comfort dictate your story. That pride is the purest form of success, because it comes from knowing that you gave everything to become everything you could be. So carry this lesson forward for the rest of your life, no matter what you face, no matter what level you reach. The principle never changes. Focus on you until you win. Block out the noise. Honor your goals. Protect your energy. Trust the process. And never stop becoming the person you are meant to be. This is your life, your journey, your victory. Own it completely, live it fully, and keep winning over and over again. In the end, it all comes down to one choice. Will you keep your promise to yourself? The world will always be loud, distractions will always exist, and doubt will always try to whisper in your ear. But none of it matters if you stay locked in on your vision. You have the power to build the life you want, to rise above every excuse, and to create a future that makes you proud. Never forget the principle that carried you through every challenge and every victory. Focus on you until you win. Protect your energy, honor your goals, and refuse to quit. Because when you choose yourself fully, when you commit completely, life has no choice but to reward you. Focus on you. Keep going. Never stop until you win and beyond. Focus on you. Keep going. Win. Then keep winning.